Hey there, Davin Montrose here of the Davinator.pro, and welcome to this Authority Site System review. Now in this particular video, what I decided to do for you was to actually let Gail, one of the course creators, walk you through everything that you can expect from inside the course. Of course, I've been through this video several times, and he did such an excellent job of explaining, what each module contains and what you can actually really expect from this course inside of this video that I really didn't think I could do it justice. So I'll let Gail take it away for you here, and I'm looking forward to talking to you soon. Okay, Gail, take it away.
Hey guys, welcome to this first video of the Authority Site System. I'm Gail, the founder of Authority Hacker, and I'm really excited to talk to you. We have a lot of content laid out for you today, and the first video, which is this one, is going to be the Authority Site business model, so we just know what we're talking about throughout the whole course. So we're going to be giving you a big recap of what is the big idea behind the kind of sites we're building, and also what is going to be covered in that site. So let's just start with the very basic question, which I believe you probably know the answer since you're here already, but let's just make it really quick. What is an authority site? Well, an authority site is, first of all, a site that is viewed as a thought leader in the industry that it's operating in. It's also a hub for people to turn to information to solve a problem. So if you have a problem with whatever niche you're in, so in case of online marketing for Authority Hacker, we hope that we are a place for you to turn to in terms of finding the answers that you're looking for when taking care of your website. It's also a site where people trust the recommendations, and that's very powerful, especially when we're going to be talking about affiliate marketing. Earning the trust of your audience through a lot of credibility factors is going to make a big difference in terms of building a strong authority site. And finally, that's a site that readers engage with. So you comment, you share, you talk about it. You don't just read passively, you are engaged with that site because you trust it, because it's awesome, because it's got the reply to all your questions, etc. Now let's look at a few sites that we consider here are authority sites in their own rights. And the first one we're going to talk about is drax.com. You can go and check it out. It is a site about general health, and the way they make money is they sell supplements and they sell courses. But the site also has a ton of content, ranks for millions of keywords, and that is how they generate their leads, and they generate their audience, and then they market to them whatever product they're selling. So really, really powerful authority site. You can go check drax.com. Second, asianefficiency.com. It is a productivity blog, so if you're looking to get more out of your time, that's the kind of blog that you want to read. They have a really good blog that gives you a lot of practical tips and reviews, tools, etc. And in terms of making money, they sell courses. They review tools for affiliate marketing, which we're going to talk about in a minute, and they do consulting. So that is the kind of service that you can offer with an authority site. And finally, we're going to talk about datingadvice.com, which is another cool example of authority site, I think. So they make money exclusively from reviewing dating networks and apps, but they also have a lot of informational content on dating tips and relationship tips, etc. That is how they generate a lot of their traffic, and they make quite a lot of money from affiliate marketing and selling advertising or native ads on their site, most importantly. But what you probably notice when you check these websites is that they have many layers. I mean, if we take the example of Asian Efficiency, which we talked about a second ago, and feel free to pause the video and go check it out right now, you will see that they have a blog, first of all, where they are maintaining content, etc. They are selling courses, which is another part of the business. They are reviewing tools and doing affiliate marketing for that. They have a podcast that they release, I think, 2 or 3 times a week, so that's quite a bit of work. And they have the consulting part of their business. Now, that is a lot of layers inside one business, and inside each layer there is multiple sub-layers. So if you look at the blog, they're going to have to take care of the editorial, they're going to have to promote it, they're going to have to run their social and email for that, and even these have like more sub-layers. But the courses also have editorial, they have sales, and they have support. The tool reviews have relationship with tool builders, they have editorial as well, and update when the tools change. The podcast, they have the editorial, they have the production of the podcast, the editing and so on, and the promotion, and the consulting. They have staff, they have sales, they have client management, etc. So that is quite a lot going on for a single site, and that's usually what authority sites are. They are a site where a lot is going on that focuses on one problematic. In the case of Asian efficiency, how to use your time better. And the big mistake a lot of people make when they try to build an authority website is that they try to build all these layers at once, and that means that they usually fail very quickly and they struggle to generate any kind of money because most of these business models need to mature in some way and they need some time to actually grow. And that's why we recommend that you focus on one model and make it profitable until you add another layer on your site. That's what we call stacks of monetization. And that's why we invented what we call the three-stage model, which we're going to explain right now. The first stage of the authority site that we like to build, and by the way, that is not the only way of building a website, that is the way we like doing it because it is a very logical way to do it and has a quick return on investment, which is quite important for beginners. And the way we do that is we start with reviews first. So we have content like best X for Y, so comparison reviews, we have single product reviews, and we have some informational content, but not a ton. And that is the stage one authority site, and that's what we're going to be building mainly in this course. Then once that is going, we actually build the second stage of the site, which is where we start building audiences. And you can see in that case, I've added some social buttons on the top, the Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest buttons. They're not very illustrative, but it gives you an idea that we are getting more social networks in stage two. And we are also starting to collect emails. You can see that the join the newsletter is here. You can see also the types of content has evolved towards more information as well. So at the beginning, it was very commercial oriented. So best X for Y product reviews and ultimate guides. And this time we've added question posts and how to posts and roundups and curation. All the kind of like shareable content you probably read from blogs. That comes in stage two. And on stage three, we actually add the product section, where essentially once you have access to your own audience, you can start creating your own products and really build a really big site and a real company from that little review site that you start at the beginning. Now let's zoom into each stage of the authority site. So the stage one authority site is all about reviews and what we call on-page monetization, which means that essentially you're not having any kind of advanced sales funnel or whatever you've heard online marketing bloggers talk about. You literally focus on selling on your blog posts through offering a solution or through talking about products people are Googling about, so that you can generate a quick affiliate commission. And an affiliate commission, essentially, if you don't know what it is, there is a video coming about that soon, but it is getting a percentage of the sale of someone else's product. So you don't have to manage your product. And that is why we start with these reviews. We don't need to manage products. There is a quick return on investment because all you need to do is get traffic to these pages through search engine optimization and eventually, generate some sales, and that's it. And what we really like about that model is it generates what we call a blanket passive income. And that blanket passive income is, we hope, for stage one, between $2,000 and $10,000 per month. And that allows you to spend that money back into actually building a stage two authority site, which has, longer return on investment activities like this information content, like this email list stuff, etc. And because it takes longer, well, you can wait because your business is already profitable, so it's easier to keep going. And finally, we like the review type stuff because there are a lot of very uncompetitive niches, as you will see in the examples as we build our own site in this course. Now, the content types there is on this type of site, as we said, is best X for Y, which is roundup reviews. So let's say the best paintball guns for professional paintball player, for example, that would be a roundup review where you would put several guns that people could buy. Or you can have the single product review, where in that case you take a single item and you just talk in depth about it, and then you have call to actions with your affiliate link. And as I say, the big occasional content. So that is informational content, but we're very strategic about it because creating that kind of informational content does cost quite a bit of money, which we don't necessarily have at that point. We are quite careful about it, and we really focus on this kind of content to generate a lot of links to the website so that these reviews rank higher in Google. You need a lot of links to your website for your reviews to rank high in Google and to get traffic that then buys and generates money for your site. Now, when we talk about the types of promotion we're going to go for in these kind of sites, we are going to focus exclusively on SEO, so only trying to rank in Google. And the way we're going to do that is by building backlinks to the website, and we're going to talk about all these SEO stuff etc. in the basics module. But essentially, we're going to be using three tactics. We're going to be using guest posting, which is posting on other blogs and posting informational content on other blogs. We're going to be using Skyscraper, which is essentially reverse engineering your competition, find which links they have to their site so you can acquire the same ones. And we're going to be using resource pages, where essentially you are finding the kind of sites that, lists a bunch of resources in your niche and get yourself included in there. So that's the three tactics we're going to be using. And that's it for stage one. Stage two, authority site, that is when we focus on building audiences and selling directly to this audience. Still with affiliate marketing, you are not running your own products at this point, but you are going to be recommending other people's products through these audiences that you're building on social media, on email, on push notification, etc. And the money goal for a stage two site, which is a very rough estimate, like don't take these as ultimate numbers, is going to be between $10,000 and $50,000 a month. So you can generate quite a bit of money with these already. And the reason why we add audiences to that site, and I say add, that means that we keep producing the review content that we've been producing in stage one, and we add this on top, is that they bring stability to the business in the sense that, for your reviews to make money, they actually need to rank in Google. However, if people are in your email list, even if your rankings fluctuate or, whatever happens to your website, you have an audience that you can still reach through your own channels, such as your Facebook page, such as your email list, etc. Additionally, owning your own audience is going to make you a lot more authoritative, because when people go on your Facebook page, they see tens of thousands of fans. When you actually email a blog post to them, you get like a lot of shares, and as a result, your blog looks way more awesome, and more people want to link to it, more people want to talk to you, more people want to work with you in this niche, and that really opens a lot of doors in terms of link building and SEO, which will boost your reviews and product reviews, etc. And at the same time, will open a lot of doors in terms of affiliate marketing. So it's all really powerful to build these audiences. And more importantly, what you're going to do is you're going to prepare your stage three by learning what works and what doesn't work through affiliate marketing. So you're going to take affiliate offers out there, and you're going to be emailing them to your email list. You're going to see which ones generate a lot of money and which ones don't. And that's going to start giving you ideas as to which kind of product you should be creating for your site when you go into stage three. Now, in terms of new activities, we, as I said, added on top of what we had on stage one sites, but we're going to have more frequent posting. It's pretty frequent to post every day. That's what we do on healthambition.com, one of our sites. We scale up info content a lot. You can see that now, reviews are less than 50% of the content, whereas they were like 2/3 of the content on stage one. We're going to do email marketing. We are going to start maybe putting advertising on the site so that you can monetize your informative content. And we're going to start doing a bunch of social media, so posting on your Facebook page, doing some Pinterest, doing some Twitter, etc. Now, the types of content that there is going to be on that kind of site, as we said, is going to be more question posts and how to post. We're going to curate content, so find videos, find infographics from other people, and put it together in quick posts. We're going to do some roundup posts where we're going to be inviting other people to actually, answer a question that is popular in your niche, so that you can get some leverage through, social proof, etc. And we are actually going to be hosting guest posts, so not just, guest posting on other sites, but actually let people guest post on the site on a stage 2 authority site. Now, when we jump onto stage 3 authority site, which is the final stage, is when we start developing our own products and offers. And essentially the goal is to be above $50,000 per month. That number is going to change depending on the niche in which you're in, but that just gives you a bit of a benchmark into what kind of money these sites can make actually. And so why do we go for products at this point? Well, the thing is, you already have an audience because you've been building it in stage 2. You are making decent money because, well, if you've been building stage 1 and 2, you're making money from your reviews and you're making money from your audiences. So you should be like easily in the 5 figures per month. So you can develop products, you can pay people for it, you can have nice video production, you can have a nice ebook formatted by a professional, etc. You also have some relationship with the actors of the niche because you have been their affiliate for all that time in stage 1 and stage 2. You've been promoting other people's products, so you know them, you've been talking to them, you've been paid by them, and as a result, it's very easy to then talk to them and try to make them your affiliate and kind of reverse the relationship, or at least make it mutual. And most importantly, you know the niche enough at that point to know what sells and what doesn't, so you don't build a product that doesn't sell. You have the niche experience, and that's why we actually wait till stage 3 to develop our own offers. Now, the types of new activities that come on top of everything you've been doing so far in stage 1 and stage 2 are things like audio and video content, so like podcast and YouTube channel, that kind of stuff. Sales funnel building, which is essentially the whole marketing process of taking someone like an email subscriber and transforming him into a buyer of your product. And that can go through a bunch of activities like webinar and sales pages and mini video courses, that kind of stuff. Obviously, you're going to be working on product development since you have your own offers. You're going to be recruiting affiliates, which, as I said, will be easier because you know people in that niche from your outreach, from being their affiliate. And that's when pay-per-click actually starts coming into place as well, so that you can grow faster, not only using SEO and social media, but also using paid traffic because you have your own products and you have a way to make your money back. But hey, this course focuses on stage 1 authority site. So in this course, we're only going to talk about building the review site that will be the base for your stage 2 and stage 3 authority site in the future. And we're going to take into account that we want to go that far when we go through the niche selection process and when we go through the branding process, etc. It's not just going to be small Amazon review sites, it's going to be much more than that, but we are starting with that because that's the quickest return on investment, and with the money you can invest it to make your site great. So that's the goal, right? Now let's look at what's inside the course. First, we're going to have the introduction. This video is part of the introduction, and we're going to talk about the authority site model, which we just talked about. We're going to actually, in the next lesson, look at examples of stage 1 authority sites. Then we're going to talk about consistency and expectation, the kind of work you should expect to put in this course to get results. Then we're going to talk about a little system we built for you, which is a Trello-based system, and essentially the to-do list you have to go through to actually get your site live. Then we're going to jump into the first module, which is the basics. And since that course is, designed for beginners, we are going to go through the basics of online marketing. Not everything, but what you need to know. And the first thing we're going to talk about is how websites get traffic in general, how they use different sources of traffic. Then we're going to talk about how they make money, the different ways of monetizing. Then we're going to talk a little bit about SEO and why we think it's the best place to start. And finally, we're going to talk about defining a budget for your project. Once we are done with that, we are going to jump into the action with the niche and keyword research module, and we're going to talk about the right types of niches to go after. Then we'll talk about brainstorming initial niches for you to, build the site around. Then we're going to talk about basic and advanced market research tactics to actually, figure out which kind of market is good or bad for you and in general. Then we're going to talk about how to shortlist the niches you have and actually make a final choice for your site. We're going to talk about structuring your site structure 101, and we're going to talk about actually mapping out your version 1 of your website. So at the end of that module, you will know exactly what pages will be on the version 1 of your website for your stage 1 authority site. It's really clear what you need to do there. Then in the module 3, we are going to actually set the site up. So we're going to talk about picking a brandable domain, thinking that we want to build a stage 3 authority site in the end, so not just a review type domain, etc. We're going to talk about hosting your site speed, and SSL setup. We're going to talk about picking your WordPress theme. We're going to talk about WordPress SEO. Then we're going to go through a list of recommended plugins and Amazon affiliate setup. Then we're going to talk about colors and branding, once again thinking of building a bigger site than just a review site. And finally, we're going to look at actually building the site structure on your site and, silo systems and block systems, the difference between these two and which one you should go for depending on your level. Then once we're done with that module, you will have your site up, all the pages will be ready, you just need to add content to them. So in the module 4, we're going to talk about commercial content, and we're going to talk about writing your first articles. Then we're going to talk about setting content standards so that you actually stand out in the competition. And you're not just a shitty Amazon website that you see everywhere all the time. You're something that looks a little bit better. Then we're going to talk about building individual product reviews. We're going to talk about roundup reviews. We're going to talk about outsourcing content and how we actually did it in a case study site. And finally, we're going to finish with on-page CRO and SEO tricks to generate more sales with your commercial content. So when we're done, you'll be able to outsource all your commercial content based on the sitemap that you've been establishing in the previous module. Then we're going to jump into module 5, which is bundle together information, content, and link building, because that is the goal of our info content in a stage 1 site. So we're going to talk about actually creating pillar content and give you some templates. We're going to talk about how to identify good link opportunities. Then we're going to jump into the action with the skyscraper method, the guest posting, and the resource page link building, where we're going to do it over the shoulder, and you guys will see how to build the links to your site. Then we're going to talk about where to start and how to establish a plan to actually get your link building started. And finally, we're going to have one conclusion video where we talk about going from stage 1 to stage 2 authority site. Stage 2 and 3 authority sites are actually the realm of Authority Hacker Pro, our other product, but we'll give you a little bit of a glimpse on things you can start working on to get to a stage 2 website once your stage 1 site is doing pretty well. And we'll talk a little bit about Authority Hacker Pro there if you want. So that's it for the authority site model. Let's look at some stage 1 authority sites in the next video. I'll see you there. Have a good day.